Hello traders, Adhere Forex here and welcome back to another episode of Forex Focus. Here we discuss about the Forex market, we discuss what happened in the previous week and also what we are expecting in the coming week. So without further ado guys, let's get straight into today's video guys. Alright guys, as usual we're going to be kicking off with the DXY. As you can see, we are on the weekly time frame and what we have here is we had a bearish week obviously. And one more thing guys, we had this break of the previous low, although it's not obvious, right? But we had this break of the previous low, right? So that's telling us two things, right? It's either we broke the low and we are eventually going to continue going down, or we took out the liquidity of this low. Let us move on to the daily time frame to get a clearer view. All right, as we can see here on the daily time frame, we are obviously also bearish, right? Following the most recent market structure, we can see that we are bearish, right? And as we can see here, this is our strong high and this is our weak low. So it's easier for the market to actually break this weak low than break this high, because we are obviously in a bearish trend, right? So if the market actually breaks this high, then we are kind of changing market structural character from bearish to bullish, right? All right guys, so if we zoom into the most recent candles, we can see that we have this imbalance right here. We can also call it fair value gap, right? So the market might actually eventually mitigate it and probably tap into this supply zone, right, before coming back towards the downside, right? But let's just go to the 4-hourly time frame to see what we've got there. All right, so as you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, we are still obviously bearish, right? Now guys, before we actually move forward, let's actually take a look at what we discussed in the previous week. In the previous week, we drew a trend line like that. We talked about the market actually respecting, I think the market was around here. Sorry guys, we drew the trend line like this, right? So we talked about the market actually respecting the trend line right here and then tanking, right? But the most important thing, as I said, is your liquidity. Understanding where your liquidity is at, right? There's this saying that goes thus: if you don't know where the liquidity is at, then you eventually become the liquidity, right? Obviously we knew this was our liquidity, right? The market was building liquidity as it was going up, right? And we talked about the market potentially respecting this trend line to take out all of these liquidities and then eventually take out this low. And guess what? We obviously had that, but the market did not respect the trend line. Although I do not use trend lines, right? We just wanted to relate with people that do not trade the ICT concept, right? So what happened? What actually happened is the market actually came to mitigate all of these imbalances right here, and then tapped into this order block, or you can call it your supply zone, right? Market tapped into it, and then we obviously eventually take out our liquidities and then eventually the low. So that's that for the previous week, right? So what am I actually expecting in the coming week? What I'm expecting is this: as we've always been doing, we're going to relate the traders that do not trade the ICT concept with the ICT concept, right? So looking at it from the ICT concept view, right, we can see that there's an imbalance right here, and this is an order block, right? Well, you can call it your supply zone, but I'm just trying to relate with everyone, right? So we can see that there's an imbalance right here, and the market might actually eventually come to mitigate it and then just tank, right? But even sometimes we see the market not tapping into this order block or the supply zone, just mitigating the imbalance alone and then tanking, right? The imbalance is what I look at the most. I don't just look at supply zones or other blocks just like that, but the imbalance has to be there, right? That's personally how I trade, right? But let's just refine it somehow like that using this single candle, right? So the market will actually come to mitigate this imbalance and then tank towards the downside. Also incorporating the Fibonacci tool, right, we can see that the imbalance, right, the fair value gap is actually around the golden zone, right? And the ICT concept also uses the Fibonacci, but we just call it the optimal trade entries, they call it the OTE, right? They call it the OTE. Yeah. So as you can see here, using the Fibonacci, you can see that okay, the golden zone actually aligns with the fair value gap, right? So this is actually, you know, kind of a high probability trade, right? So this is basically what I am anticipating for in the coming week, right? So and once again, guys, whatever I say in this on this channel, whatever I analyze, they are solely my personal opinion, right? Of course, in the previous week, what we analyzed, we were correct about it, but guys, we need to understand that whatever action we take, we need to be responsible for it, right? Whatever action you take on your trading account does not relate with me, right? It's your personal opinion. I'm just here to analyze, just give my personal opinion, right? So that's that for that. So let's actually move on to the GBPUSD. All right, so this is GBPUSD on the weekly time frame, and as we can see, the market actually failed to, you know, break out of this high successfully, right? Although the market broke out of it, but eventually we came back into this range, right? Came back into this range, and we even had a bearish body. So that's, you know, not giving us a clear direction. Well, let's just go to the daily time frame to see what we've got there. Now, as we can see on the daily time frame, following market structure, guys, market structure is very, very key, guys. We need to understand that, right? So following market structure, we can see that, I believe you all understand market structure, right? So we can see that this is our strong low and this is our weak high. So it's easier for the market to actually break this high than break this low. And why is that? Because we're in an uptrend. The market structure is telling us bullish, right? So we should be expecting the market to break the weak high rather than, you know, breaking the strong low, right? So but eventually, if the market actually breaks this strong low, then there's a shift in market structure, right? There's a change in market structure, right? So let's just go to the 4-hourly time frame. All right, so as we can see here on the 4 hours time frame, let's just not complicate things, right? Let's not complicate things. These are our daily strong low, right? These are our daily strong low. So the market must not break this low. The market should not break this low. But if the market eventually breaks this low, then that's another story entirely, right? But let's just analyze what we can see here. Now, following the 4-hourly time frame market structure, right, we can see that the market actually broke this low. Well, if you want to use this low as your low, the market broke it. And if you want to use this low as your low, the market is yet to break it, right? So using this low, we can see here the 4-hourly time frame is kind of bearish, right? It's looking bearish, right? So basically, as long as we do not break this low, right? But if we actually eventually break this low in the coming week, I'll just be looking at this low, and the most important thing is just this low, because this is our strong low on the daily time frame. So let me just delete this and not complicate the chart too much, right? So basically, essentially, what we should be looking at is this low. The market must not break this low, right? So that's that for the GBPUSD, right? You actually want to, like, okay, say, okay, I'm trying to look for a bullish setup, right? You can actually just track the market structure. That's the most important thing, right? The market structure, as you can see here, we had this low, high, low, high, low, high, low, blah 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 blah, right? And you can also use this, in fact, right? Basically, yeah, the way I trade my setups is, if I'm actually looking to, you know, trade reversals, right? Basically, I'll just be looking for something like this, and then once the market takes out the liquidity, with huge displacement, giving us a shift in market structure, right? Then my entry will be at somewhere around here. Don't forget, I said with huge displacement, right? So my entry will be around here, right? So I'm actually giving you guys my kind of entry model, right? So basically, let me just explain right here. This is our relatively lows, relatively equal lows, right? They are not equal. Remember, I said relatively, right? So the market took out this liquidity, right? And then the market gave us a shift in market structure, right? So this is telling us, okay, yes, we are kind of bullish, right? So my entry will just be around here. If there's an order block around here with imbalance, don't forget, there must be a displacement. And if there's a displacement, so there's most probably an imbalance, right? So then my entry will be around here, then start right there. So this is what we should be looking out for on the lower time frames, right? So we should be looking out for something like this. It doesn't have to be this necessarily, right? Alright guys, so that takes us to the end of today's video, and let me just say this, guys, I really appreciate you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. We are almost at 50 subs, and that actually means a lot to me, guys. That actually means a lot to me, and I do not take you guys for granted. I really appreciate you guys for the support and the love and the comments and everything, guys. Also guys, make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And guess what, guys, on Twitter I drop daily trades on forex trading, right? I drop daily trades on forex trading, so you can actually go follow me on Twitter and just send me a DM, tell me you are from my YouTube channel, and let's chat, let's discuss, let's build up the community, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's for that, guys. So guys, that's it for this video, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.